Okay, hello, welcome back to another video. It is day 21 of the Will Taylor Chess Christmas calendar. Yesterday we ended on 2248, exceedingly close to that 2250 goal. However, during the video yesterday, I did breach 2250 and then come back down at the end with a -5, I think. So we've got 5 more episodes of this series. We're at 2248. This is some serious progress from the starting 2200, of course. And I'm going to use that same strategy we've been employing where I create a game against strictly higher rated players and try and take down some of these big dogs. Yeah, here we go, 2341. Right, c5. I'm locked in with the time. Immediately, I'll play d6, I guess. And then, okay, we can transpose. Awesome. Into a nice little Benko gambit. I'm going to give you another opportunity to accept. They really aren't going for it. Fair enough. There we go. Now they go for it. I'll play a6. Yep. Yes, please. Yes, please. I guess taking with the queen. And I guess coming back with the queen. You might play some of this. Honestly, hit this. Why not? I kind of want rid of that bishop. They move it. Fine. I'm going to go here. I think the a6 square is often a really useful conduit to develop some minor pieces through, especially obviously this bishop and this knight. Yeah, they clearly don't want to let me in there. I'm just going to bounce into here and I guess maybe allowing an unchallenged knight b6 might not be ideal. I'm going for this as well. How about knight b5? Just leave a loose knight on b5. Great idea. If here, I guess I could take and it would defend. Now I'm going to go for a little one of these. Why not? They are probably going to make the trade. There we go. And I have this move. Does it do anything? Here, they move the rook. Yeah, I'm kind of finding it hard to believe that actually achieves anything. I think I might just start with bishop a6, honestly. Okay, yes. No, actually, you can't take here. You could take here with the bishop, though, because my queen will be hanging. Brilliant, okay. That's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'll take a little step over this way. I don't know, maybe I'm breaking with e6 at some point. This doesn't feel all that intelligent, though. I'll be completely honest. Okay, you want rid of my bishop, and that makes sense. And you are forcing it, in fact. Damn, I guess I'll take. I don't really have a whole load of choice there. Now I'm thinking, I don't know, I want my knight here, but at some point it's just going to be kicked. We can start. I'm just down a pawn. And this is going to be weak if I ever push this. Right, you know what? We're going to start with knight here, give this a little tickle, and I think I'm going to remove this knight with my light square bishop. I think I'd rather have the knight than the bishop in this context, and we... Oh. 2340? 2340? They want a rematch? We're going to go straight for a rematch. We're going to go straight for the rematch. We'll analyze after, of course. We're going to rob this guy some elo. Okay, awesome. We get a scotch now. No way. I nearly didn't notice that. Okay, knight c3, bishop here. Takes, b takes, bishop d... The theoretical move is b takes, and then you play for d5. I don't think this is optimal because you do just allow this trade here, and then I guess, well, I mean, first of all, you can't castle. I could probably go here and look to castle queenside with check. There is a problem, though, that they might mess up some of my pawns here. It might be an idea to go like this, but then they could take here. But then I get this. Rook here. I don't know. I think I want to play bishop d2. I don't want to allow the messing up of any of my pawns. You could go and try and, you know, win a pawn here, but I'm thinking that on g7, I'm going to be able to take in the end. I'm thinking that castling queenside, yeah, okay, nice. Now, there would be interesting ideas of like this, if they didn't just have knight takes, because then the knight defends the bishop, of course. I could push, and then if this, that would be so funny. You know what, we are going to push, because you don't have either of these moves, so they take first, yeah, okay, if I take here, they take back with the bishop, that makes sense. I will take like this, they go bishop here, knight there, and then, I mean, I've got a bishop pair, that's something. We're just going to take a little step back, control these squares. The time situation is slowly devolving into one that I'm probably not best pleased with, but, brought the rook to the d file, got this bishop pair, which could be very pleasant indeed. I'm thinking... maybe this makes sense. Maybe this makes sense, honestly. Let's give this check. I don't think you want to play this because I can just take. Okay. I think that pawn was going to be problematic. They split up the pawns here, really? Let's take a little step back and then bring the bishop to g3. I feel like splitting up the pawns that, like, my pawns seem way healthier. 6 pawns. I've got 2 beautiful pawn islands completely unperturbed. The same can't be said for my opponent. I want this and I want this. And I want to just abuse this king for being in the center. Now, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. But I will just be able to go here. I don't think they have any... takes here, right? Oh no, maybe they do. Nah, come on, dude. Don't be complicating things. Okay. Yeah, I can't be bothered to even think about that. This is gonna be problematic though. I could start with the check. I don't know if that achieves much. I'm gonna throw it in. Not exactly, you know, a great reason to do it just because it's a check, but it can't really hurt in this kind of context. G3. I don't really see another way to not hang this. I guess maybe. Oh no, my pawns. Okay, no, actually, we can keep the structure. I just need to keep my pawn structure healthy. My bishop definitely sucks. It's an unfortunate truth of the matter. Now, if you play this, I can just take here and then you mess up the structure. Okay, whatever. But now I can bring my bishop here. Time is everything now. And I guess bring it back, right? Okay, you maybe go for this, but I mean, my rook defends this as well. Whoa. Okay, I mean, that trade's going to be helpful for me because, again, very low time. And I want to just sneak in here. We're going to do this so there's no weakness on h2. Now, this entire structure here is all sort of self-sufficient in the sense that nothing's loose, which is very helpful, especially when you're low on time. And I'm going to try and sneak in on the light squares here. I don't know. The bishop versus the knight, not quite sure really what's going on. Just move, just move. That's clearly not a fantastic move, but I need to not flag here. I want to hold this king out. Just take a little step back, I guess. I don't know. Just give this a little tickle, maybe. We could come in here. I really want the trade. It would make things much, much simpler for me. They might just come in. Okay. Going behind this, maybe. Jesus, man. Okay, we can hold it. Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord. Right, you can redeem the structure. I didn't want to let you in there, though. And then which way do I take? Maybe I've just given you the ability to create a pass pawn, I don't know. I mean, this has to be a draw, right? If we're talking objectively. I mean, maybe not. Maybe not. I need to put my king on e2 so this is held. Keep this pre-moved, actually. I don't know if I am really threatening to take that. I think I am, because I think you get my pawn. Wow, what the hell? Oh, no, you're going to be able to create a passer over here? I need to keep my king close enough to deal with that. Ah, move. Just move. Okay. Dominating where the knight can go. Come in here. I need to just go in with the king. Pick up this pawn. And sack in the end. That's annoying. That's so annoying. Damn, I can't take this, of course. Take here. Go here. Oh, man, with any time, this is probably... I also hold the promotion square, actually. That was clutch. That was clutch. We take the draw. Oh my lord. Okay, I so easily was getting flagged there. 0.2 seconds to pre-move the takes here, get the draw. Blockading with the bishop. I'm sure my opponent is not best pleased with the result of that game either. And the draw does give us 2 elo. Wait, 22.57. This is an all-time peak elo. Nice. Okay, so we're analysing the first of those games. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Everything kept between ±1 up until, of course, my opponent blunders when we get the fork. Not much to analyse there, really. Reasonably played. I apparently could have played a little more... Wow, f5 there. I guess I'll maybe keep that in mind for the future. But playing for f5, if I do end up getting some justifiable knight h5 move, especially with any of these queen c2 systems, could make a whole lot of sense. And then I guess a bishop here. Oh, the d5 pawn's hanging in the end. Yeah, I guess that makes sense that we're trying to undermine the defense of the d5 pawn. And in playing f5, you don't have f3 immediately to keep this kind of structurally protected. Okay, and then this second game, as frustrating as it is to have had so many very winning opportunities, especially towards the end here. I mean, once we'd got to... At what point did this become winning? It became winning, okay, not really winning, but very winning here when they gave up the pawn, which definitely makes sense. I don't really know why they did that. I think they just didn't want, like, all this to hang. I was imagining that even if I take this, yeah, first of all, they've got this idea, and they create a pass pawn here, maybe, and then they can sneak in somehow. But I was also imagining even if I take this, you can maybe take here, and then this becomes passed, and you could maybe try and escort it. Anyway, of course, this final move with 0.2 seconds left is not exactly the best move, you know, objectively speaking, but within the context of the time on the clock, it absolutely is. Had I had maybe, I don't know, even 2 more seconds, I'd have probably tried to go check king here. That brief thought just to do this would have then put the king in this box, and, you know, only legal move here, I can then pre-move this, because only legal move here, I can pre-move this, only legal move here. I, of course, don't pre-move this for stalemate, but at this point, we entomb the king in this this little box here. It's left to oscillate helplessly, much like a depressed Newton's cradle, as I've said before, between a7 and a8, and then, I mean, of course, we don't, you know, stalemate them. All I do is just pre-move my king to here, and then pre-move queen b7. So effectively, you know, had I had 2 more seconds, this would have been pre-movable, because I can pre-move this entire sequence of queen c4, queen b3, queen b4, queen b5, king e4, king d5, king c6, queen b7, and that will be mate, because my opponent will only have 1 legal move in each of those situations. That would have been insane. However, clutching up the draw, removing all the material from my opponent so that it was a draw by insufficient material, of course, still getting the 2 elo, that's huge. Let's go for the final game of the day. Oh wait, no. Okay, I forgot to do my little strategy to try and get a high rate player. We've just landed an NM in the random pool. Okay, let's lock in. Let's lock in. Now, you'd imagine an NM is going to have some fairly booked prep against this. Okay, oh. Honestly, I'm taking like this. I'm leaving my king in the center and I'm playing it like a woozle. How stupid is that? Immensely. Immensely. Do I care? Absolutely not. We're going to expand on this side of the board. I'm going to play... I'm an idiot. This is a national master. Like, have some respect. What am I doing? Okay, we bring the bishop out here. I'm literally just... I'm not castling. I mean, maybe there's a scenario in which castling makes sense, but right now, it's not such a scenario. Putting the knight on e5, materials equal, time. I'm just going to stay smoothly with a time advantage. Okay, no, I'm not. I guess we're going to go rook here. I can definitely play that. They can probably castle, but if they do, I mean, you are castling into this g file. Okay, queen d7. Try and go over here. I mean, this is pretty... Queen here? Am I not really seriously putting some interesting attack together? Maybe I do castle, just lift the rook and slide the other rook over to g8. Or I guess I could... Okay. They defend it. I mean, this is very defensive. Very defensive indeed. I'd rather not trade the queens. There's no world in which I could play that, right? No, well, obviously not. I was just thinking, imagine the scenes. They might play f4 at some point. Okay, you know what? I'm playing rook g6. I'm just gonna play rook g7. Give the rook a little breathing room in terms of potentially... I mean, I might even play king d7 and slide this across. Yeah, they want rid of my queen out of there, which does make a whole lot of sense. This is why I went to g7, not g6. I kind of wanted to step back to g6 with the queen. But I'm also thinking, does stepping across here make sense? You can't play g3 in the first instance. I am imagining that I'm going to get my queen trapped. Oh, well. Oh, well. Let's keep just throwing the pieces in, you know? Bishop f5, or rather, sorry, f4 maybe. And also, if we get this other rook over here, we might even be looking at like a knight g4, because if you take, we open up the h file and there's mating ideas. Yeah, they just really want this queen trade, which is just kind of lame, honestly. You know? National master. Okay, I guess I'll go for this and bring the king to d7 and come across here. I think, yeah, they just decided to be very defensive there, which obviously makes sense. The position probably required it, but somehow, with this ridiculous setup, taking with my g-pawn and, you know, just stacking on this g-file, somehow that ended up... they're going to use this, aren't they? I don't know. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm very happy about this. Although there's a scenario in which I can do this and this. What am I doing? I can go this way. Do I prefer going this way? Just b3. Oh, Christ, you gotta move. I'm going this way. We'll tickle the rook. Right. I'm going to play f5 because I need some way to bring this knight back so I don't get it trapped. I have no time, man. If you take here, that's kind of just a very reasonable gambit to turn my double pawn into a set of double pawns for yourself and isolate. Not quite isolate this one, I guess. But it's definitely kind of messes up their center a little. Although it might just provide an open file. Here? Yeah, it might just provide an open E file. This bishop is not having the best time right now. I'm just going to go... That was a noise and a half. I just didn't expect my opponent to blunder that. Unless I'm missing something. The knight was doing an indispensable job defending g2. You're going to come across there? I'm going to come back here. What are you doing to put pressure on this? I have 24 seconds for crying out loud. Here. Here. I can come over this way now. Your knights aren't doing anything. You don't have b5. I want to go after that pawn. That looks nice. That looks like a nice little pawn for me. Here. Here. Am I getting mated now? It seems plausible that I'm now getting mated. Somehow. But I don't know, I'm not... The second... I just didn't react to this move whatsoever. Although actually, how the hell do I even get out of this? Because if I go here, this is still mate, no? Okay, before we actually analyze, I guess I'm going to have to probably, in this position, play d5 to give me d6, and then I'm not getting mated, and I'm up 2 pawns. Obviously, the time was looking a little dire, and that's probably what cost me in terms of feeling as though I had to, you know, not pre-move, but move so quickly as to not really register rook c8. You know what? It's hard to be mad. I held my own and in fact was probably beating that national master and coming off the back of those other 2 wins. I'm still feeling good and we're nicely settling this episode at 22:51. Let's analyze that game. Yeah, so I did get a great advantage here. And then this was just a mistake. Obviously this was a mistake, man. Hold on to this flipping pawn. If I just played this, they have no play. Like, what's their next move? Absolutely niche. Absolutely nada. That was dumb, although again, at this point I had under 20 seconds. They never had more of an advantage, and of course until I blundered mate in 1, than +2. So here they should have taken, but then when I went on hit rook g2, you're taking the mick. Oh, because of this. Oh, man. That could have been gorgeous. I mean, in terms of this actual, this position and then playing h5 here, one of the best moves, no way. Going for this trade, a6, bishop h6. I mean, they didn't really accrue much of an advantage at all, apart from just the advantage you get from being white. In the game of chess, of course. We then played rook g8, which allowed them to take. I should have maybe been looking at ideas of going here and then knight f4. That would have been a very sensible rerouting as well. I just wanted to sort of throw all the pieces over here, and they could. Okay, their defensive move was very reasonable. They could have also gone for this idea. I guess they didn't really want to because I can take. Oh no, but then they can take like this. Yeah, and I'm just completely dead. Okay, maybe they thought that they didn't want to allow this because of a messing up of the structure and a trade and whatever. Anyway, we went for this. I mean, I lifted a rook, which was reasonable, slid the queen across, which was reasonable, went for the trade, king d7, slid the rook across, and yeah, I mean, this f5 was the best move, nice. I didn't want to get my knight trapped, messed up the pawns, brought this back, and then, okay, yeah, this little blip in the graph here was because immediately I didn't notice rook g2, but then I found rook g2, came back with the bishop, lovely defensive move, take, lift the rook up, and yeah, at this point, this is where I garnered some serious advantage because, of course, allowing this pawn to hang and also the backwards and isolated and extremely pressured nature of the f4 pawn, I can then go and do this. Just, that's inexcusable, really. Like, the only pressure they have is on e7. I literally talked about the open e-file and just play king d8. You're absolutely fine, there's no check, everything's held. But again, I can't be too mad because it wasn't exactly like there was much time on the clock. I grabbed this pawn. At this point, it's a draw. I was right that I would have had to play d5 here. Any other move, I believe, yeah, other than d5, I mean, I could play rook f1 and then, my rook would be hanging and so would the mate. So any other move would have resulted in this mate. So, it's a freaky little checkmate. I had 10 seconds left. I'm not too worried about once I got to this position, messing up like that. I think if I spent long enough to work out to play d5, I'd have then just flagged anyway. What I am annoyed about, the only move that I'm annoyed about really is king c6. That's just stupid. I'm just walking in to a net for no reason. Just play king d8 and I'd have been fine. But that game easily could have gone either way. National Master, 2251 now, but an all-time peak of 2257 is awesome. I mean, it's evident by the fact that we are hopping in the 3-0 blitz pool and it's matching us with a National Master rated only 30 points higher. Even though that game didn't go my way, I'm still very encouraged by the fact that, I don't know, I didn't get particularly outclassed. I made a stupid mistake in low time. And it wasn't like they had loads of time left either. I can't exactly remember, maybe. Yeah, there was only a 15-second difference between me and my opponent. Anyway, thanks so much for watching day 21 of the Will Taylor Chess Christmas calendar. Today was a new all-time peak. Yesterday was a new all-time peak. The day before, I think, was also a new all-time peak. We're currently up there and continuing to push the elo higher and higher. So, those of you who made it through the dark ages where I what was it, day... I think 15, where I lost 3 in a row. I mean, we went back down to 22-10 at some point. But yeah, those of you who made it through those dark ages are now being rewarded with the gorgeous chess that's now on show. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 22. Goodbye.